Hey guys, welcome back to Tour Truck Tuesday. Last week I bought you upslope, fairway, tight lie, stiff wrists. Check that video out. It's basically the standard chip shot and then you go into a hill. But what about, and you see some of the best chippers in the world, when they put in some wrist cock? Where do you need it? Why do you need it? Well, the scenario is a bit different here. And we see this at the photo shoots at TaylorMade. The lie dictates everything. We're more into the rough. The ball can sit up on this rough. It can sit down here in Southern California. It can be unpredictable. That is why I've grabbed this high toe, and that's why I like this wedge. Play it in the 60 only for me, but between finger and thumb, there's a lot of mass, a lot of material, the CG's pulled higher, the grooves go all the way out to the edge, and because you're out the rough here, and because the low point can sometimes sink in, and because I'm going to talk to you in a minute about adding a bit of wrist cock and getting steep on this, by having the higher mass, the ball can come out a bit softer. So by having some weight up there, I can get the energy to get it to the hole there. Different setup though, other than the club. I've also got the 10-degree bounce on this with the cambered sole. So if I open it, the camber, which is your understanding of the club here, doesn't disappear completely. The bounce doesn't disappear completely even when I open it. That's what the whole camber thing is. If I leave it square, same deal. The leading edge is going to dig certainly into the upslope. It's not necessarily a bad thing when you're coming out the rough. So, a couple of changes. I've aimed this alignment stick a little bit left. I've gone a bit more open. This one there, let's put me in a lie that's a little bit worse than that. Let's not make it too easy. But now I want to get into this a bit more. I want to get down and into it. So with the slope coming this way at me, I can just leave my weight slightly left side. I will put in a little bit of wrist cock. So I'll hold the loft. See the loft there? The loft is held. If I had a golf ball or a penny or something, it's held up into it. You can put some sand on it and I'm holding the loft or throwing it over my right shoulder. And then I'm going to turn through it as well. But you want speed out of here. You really want to feel and think about the club. You're okay hitting it high out the blade, but you really want to feel the speed through the ball, and you want to feel the bounce going down into the turf. So the practice swing is feel it. Feel it. It's going to give way because it's wet, it's the rough. Weight on the left side, have the speed. That came high out the blade and up it went. Good. So that one came out pretty well. Now, if the ball is sat down a little bit more, remember I talked to you about understanding your camber on your high toe, understanding what you've got going on here. You want it to come out a bit lower, square blade, you've got to get down into it, come out a bit lower, wrist cock, and then bounce it up and through. That lie was a bit worse. That's why I went for that golf shot. But I think hills, rough, they're not something you've got to be scared of. Just understand that when you're chipping out the rough and you're not sure how deep it is underneath that, more mass can benefit you. A high toe can benefit you. More speed can benefit you. Like my first shot, the energy is not going to come out. So if you've got more mass giving you more energy, much like the driver works, then you can get the distance out of it. Don't get in here thinking you're going to spin it as well. The rough takes the spin off of it. So don't come in here thinking, oh, well, I can play a little nippy one and check it. That's not how that'll work. It's too cute, too fancy. It's a tough situation. The lie dictates how you play it. It dictates your equipment. So consider that next time you make a purchase, but also your technique. If the slope is against you, lean into it to help you get steep. If the slope is flat, lean into it to help you get a bit steeper, and just let that wrist cock happen. And from there, it's literally just turning on. See how I'm turning the t-shirt at the camera. That's what you need to do, and then feel the low point. Great tip, I think, but be aware when you make all these choices, take all the information, audio, visual, and feel. They're all massive, and you've got to build a memory bank of good shots. You've got to build this feeling before you just go out onto the golf course and do it. Couple of simple changes when it comes to wrist set and cock. Where, why, when. Elevation is the big one. If you're hitting it high, hold the loft. If you're playing more of a standard shot, take out the variables. Good luck, give it a whirl.